Hey, Scotchy Bourbon Boys fans, this is Alan Bishop, Indiana's alchemist of the Black Forest. So I'm tuning in here today to tell you all about the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute channel on YouTube. If you're at all interested in the art of distilling, whether it be home distilling or professional distilling, and the intense geekery that goes into that process, then check out the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. I promise you're going to learn something you didn't know before about the arts.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for a brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey. Made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
Sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right.
Yeah, there we
Welcome
go.
back to another Whiskey and Tiny tasting, rapid tasting. I will get that right because this is rapid tasting.
Terrific, transcendent, 10-minute tasting.
And this 10-minute or this rapid tasting is the hard truth. It's going to be kind of cool. I've heard about this. I'm going to open it, but you're going to read it. So you got the...
Yeah, can I just make a note? I mean, for those of you that are watching along, and actually there's quite a few of you, if you're watching and you're bourbon shopping, I don't know about y'all, but most of the time when I'm in the bourbon store, you know, if I'm at the liquor store, look at that. It just slops. Wow.
It was sucking itself back in.
Oh, stop it. I'm going to have to say something if you keep that up. Stop it. Wait. Yeah, that's about all you give Rachel.
That's the hard truth, Carl.
That's the hard truth. That's what it's called.
Whiskey. Oh, it's actually wanting to... Look at it's trying to pop itself
out now. That's weird. So I don't know about y'all, but most of the time the people there are my age or older, like Jeff. And
I gotta put the cover on anyway, so here you go.
So I want to say that whoever in the whiskey world thinks it's a good idea to put this in like 4-point font, you're not helping yourselves. Tell the marketing people to use less words and bigger fonts.
Well, I think they got a lot of stuff that's required to be on there that they put on little that they
this
hope
is all fluff.
Because
This is the hard truth. This is Henry Sipes. I hope it's not Seepies. It's Sipes? Oh, good. So, thousands of years ago, now we're making shit up. Bourbon hasn't been around for thousands of years. Thousands of years ago, glaciers carved the magnificent rolling landscape in southern Indiana.
There you go.
Literally, that has nothing to do with bourbon.
Yeah, it has the limestone.
Brown County, Indiana's first pioneers settled among those hills and hollers, bringing with them a legacy of whiskey making, a mix of old world tradition and early American ingenuity. Henry Sipes, Brown County's first known distiller, was among those pioneers. His spirits helped supply liquor establishments that cropped up in the county seat. In those establishments, Sipes and his fellow pioneers would sip on spirits and celebrate good lives, hard won in the wild. Our curated 4-year-old Sipes Straight Bourbon whiskey is award-winning and double oaked in a smoked barrel for an added depth of smoky flavor and savory complexity. An homage, not homage, homage to the spirits crafted by Sipes. Raise a glass of Sipes and give a nod to the brown... that just doesn't read right.
Give a nod.
Give a nod to the brown Countians.
Countians, yes.
Countians.
Yep, Indianians.
I was worried when it just kind of cut off at give a nod to the brown. I was worried where they were going. Of yesteryear and the pioneering spirit. Obviously, the age statement is 4 years. It says so on the bottle. Hard Truth Distilling Company. Thank you, Hard Truth. This is double oaked in a smoke barrel, and it is 90 proof. With one of the most interesting corks we've seen in a while.
Oh, it did hold itself back now, but ooh.
This is like hours of fun. This is better than Legos for Jeff. I mean,
so the hard truth of this is, and I love the name. I've heard of it. I've not tasted it ever, and I don't think you have either, right?
No.
So tonight we are going to.
I was always worried this was going to be my Scotchy Bourbon boy's name.
We were the hard truth.
No, the truth. Because of Carl.
Just know that our bourbon this is bourbon or our whiskey rating scale.
Stop. We're supposed to raise a glass to Brown Countians if we're following direction. Brown Countians.
Yep, but our whiskey scale is based off of nose, body, taste, and finish. And we give each category up to 25 points for a total of a perfect whiskey of 100. So, let's give this a nose.
Color. I mean, this is color's on a lighter side.
You know, this is 90 proof, and it is, but it's double barreled, and that's uniqueness. I've heard of it. I don't know a lot about it, so this is like a blind. Now, this is probably their midline. This wasn't their base small batch, but this was not there was one bottle that was a little bit more expensive. I went with their midline because I wanted to just stick with the hard truth, right?
Well, there you go. I'm going to wait to see what you have to say about this nose because I know what my opinion is.
It's a little Beamisk. I get a little bit of of the peanut. And then I also get a little lemon and some floral notes.
Here, let me try that. Give me your glass.
What?
I want to see if you're sniffing the same thing I am.
I'm getting all that. I get a little lemon. All right. So let's taste it.
That nose is so light. It is so hard for me to pick it up, and I have no idea why. I get a little bit of the smoke. I actually do get a little bit of the smoke. But, I would tell you this doesn't have a nose. Unless you just gave me rapid COVID.
Interesting. I don't even know what to say. That's one for the books. I'm really getting the lemon.
Are you?
It's just that just like on the end, that citrusy, and it's lemon. It's lemony. Oh, it's like Skittles. It's like a lemon or maybe a lime Skittle. Lemon or lime. It's a Skittle-esque. It's just
90 proof. It's so watered down. It's really...
Yeah, but it's watered down, but it drinks...
It's a 90 proof.
I mean, it's really not fair for what we tasted right before.
Right.
It's not that.
Not really a hug.
No.
I get a little bit of dancing on the palate.
It's getting a little sweeter.
I agree.
A little bit more. All right, so the nose. I'm still picking up the lemon. It's pleasant. I will give the nose a 15.
15.
Mm-hmm. It's pleasant. That's you're not into hard. You know what I mean? You're not into like those. But as far as drinkability goes, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that you give me this. I don't want it. I mean, I drink it.
So I get the nose. I get a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of smoke. That's all I'm getting. It's really a light nose. I mean, if you buy bourbon to sit like CT has like a nosegasm over bourbon. I mean, you know, half the time if he was here tonight, he'd be all nose in there going. I mean, he's like Darth Vader. So I mean, I don't think to me this is too light. It's just too light.
That's why I give it
I'm going to give it a 10.
Okay. You're going to give the body.
You know, I'll tell you, for a 4-year-old spirit, that actually has decent flavor. It's not. I mean, it tastes a little drinkability. It tastes a little beyond its age.
And don't think for 1 second 90 won't get you fucked up.
No, it'll get you there.
What's your body? What are you giving that?
Extra fat. Oh, you're talking about the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you don't get the range of, you don't get the punch of flavor because it's 90 proof. The flavor you do get, I'm picking up a little bit of almost like a blood orange. Maybe it's not quite blood orange because it's not that oranginess, but it's more of that sort than it is to lemon to me. It's not as it doesn't fill the mouth for me. So I think I'm going to be 12. Give it a 50%.
I would give it 11 because you get a little bit on the tip of your tongue, then you get it skips mid palate almost completely. Then you get it towards the back, but there's no other aspect to it. So yeah. I think the body's not the least, but one of its weak points.
For a 90 proofer, I mean, you're not going to get that big body either, right?
Well, some of them will give you that, but on this one, we're not getting it. Taste. So since I'll go first on taste, I will give the taste again a 15. My opinion is the taste on this one, I think the taste is good, but I will remember what it tastes like because there's that skittle aspect, so I'll put that with the hard truth. But overall, it's just, there's not a lot. It's good. I mean, it's better than average. I mean, average is, like you said, 12 and a half. I give it a 15.
So I'll tell you where I'm challenged here is, I think the first product that was widely distributed that had double oaked on it was Woodford. And that's such an exceptional product. Then when people put double oaked on their label, I think mentally we're all expecting that wonderful caramel and, the kind of that toffee that comes through in a Woodford product, the double oak. This could have been single oaked for all of the flavor that it had.
If it was single oaked, it probably was. I know that talking to Greg Schneider that you can save something that's average and make it a little bit better by putting in an oak again. Now, I don't know if that double oak was new charred American oak barrels, but it is saying that it is
double oaked in a smoked
Kentucky
barrel.
Straight bourbon, Kentucky bourbon whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, not Kentucky, but it's straight bourbon whiskey. So that means it had to be in a new charred oak to keep bourbon. Yeah. So,
so from a score perspective, I think the taste is probably the highlight of this for me. It isn't unpleasant. It's just not a wow. I'm gonna go 13.
So the you get to go last on
the finish.
The finish.
There isn't one for me. There's just a little bit of burn. It's not transformative. It doesn't do anything for me. There's no hug. It's short. I'm going to give it a 5.
I would give the finish, I just give it a 10. So I score it a 51. You got lots of math to do.
I'm a 30.
Okay. So there you go. So 51.30. We're going to meet
40,
right at 40 and a half. So 41. So not, once again, it's a 90 proof. It's kind of, it's double oaked. So it, like you'd expect a little bit more double oaked from a double oaked, and it just doesn't deliver.
And their marketing is telling me they put it in a smoked barrel. I was intrigued when I was reading it, and all I get is a little bit of that smoke on the nose and just the ever lightest hint of it on the palate. And
right. From a whiskey standpoint, this would be a good whiskey for somebody 90 proof and they're starting out. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it's got an okay flavor. It gives you some things to think about. You know what I mean? It just doesn't taste like your standard bourbon. And
well, you're not going to fry anity with this either. So if you're trying to get your spouse or somebody,
probably be good in mixers. So there you go. For our first time ever, this is the Hard Truth, the Henry Sipes, right?
Yep, from Brown County, Indiana.
Right. So there you go. We are Whiskey and Tiny of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. This is our rapid tasting. Remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for everything Scotchy Bourbon Boys. And then also check us out on all the major podcast formats, along with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Remember, good whiskeys, good bourbons, good ryes equal good time. And everybody go out and live your life dangerously.
I noticed you're not.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die.
Dant Crossing, Gethsemane, Kentucky. Timeless hospitality that stirs the spirit. Dant Crossing is a one-of-a-kind destination for unforgettable weddings, memorable corporate events, day trips, and weekend getaways. The pastoral campus is anchored by Log Still Distillery and includes an amphitheater that seats 2,000, a 12-acre lake for fishing and unique lodging options, creating an immersive experience that's rooted in the community and culture of our little slice of Kentucky. More attractions will open soon at Dant Crossing, including our 21,000 square foot distillery, which we will have the ability to produce 15,000 barrels of spirit each year, a network of wooded walking trails, fully functional private train depot, farm-to-table restaurant, and the Legacy, a premier wedding and events venue. Whether you're looking to host an event, book a stay, or reserve a tasting, we're ready to welcome you. Learn more at dantcrossing.com.